Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video. And it's kind of cool day. Not too bad though, actually. It's pretty decent outside. And I want to talk about something that I know a lot of people don't do. Some do, and I'm sure maybe even some of you watching this video do it. And maybe just get some tips. Maybe you can even share some tips in the comments. But we're going to be talking about washing your car in the winter and why it's important to do so. Before I get into it, as usual, don't forget to like or dislike if you don't like the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Bring those subs in for me. Keep my channel growing because you know I'm going to keep putting out more content one way or the other. And of course, as I mentioned before, don't forget to comment. If you have anything you want to add, any questions, anything like that, feel free to let me know. But other than that, let's just get started, shall we? Now, the first question right off the bat, and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, is why would you even bother wash your car in the winter? I mean, if you're in a warmer climate or anything like that, it's just business as usual. You wash and maintain your car as normal. But if you're out somewhere where it's kind of like how it is right out there, you know, all that snow and everything like all that, it gets onto the car. Primarily, of course, is you're just doing it to maintain it. Get all the salt, especially if you're in a place where they use a lot of road salt or anything like that. Get the salt off the car, get the salt off the parts. Keeps everything just working a little bit longer, keeps it lasting a little bit longer. It's just all about maintenance. Now, hopefully, before you even started this, in the fall, you would have gone and waxed your car, give it a good coat of wax, maybe on the windshield or on the rear windshield or anything like that, the rear glass. You would have put something like Rain-X or something, a coating material to help keep sleet, ice, and snow from building on it. It won't last the whole winter, but it does help. But you want to do a few little things like that to kind of prep it out before. As mentioned before, obviously this video is not for people who live in warm climates where you don't have to worry about winter or the snow and the cold that go with it. But for most of us, or who do live in actually these climates, I should say, we do have to worry about the snow, the sleet, the cold. There's times here, although this year hasn't been too bad for us here in Toronto, but there's been times where it gets to minus 30, minus 35 degrees Celsius. It's really chilly. So you can't washing at home with a bucket and everything. That's just not an option. You also have the ability to use like waterless cleaning systems and stuff like that, waterless wash. But again, that won't work in the cold because as soon as you apply it, it'll freeze over. So you're actually looking at going to a car wash of some sort. Now, of course, you can always go to one of those standard car washes where you just drive your car through, put it in neutral, and it just kind of airs your car along. The problem I have with these is now when I started driving, they weren't. I couldn't think of one that was good. All of them left some kind of scratches, or eventually they would damage the car's paint or anything like that. Now, technology's advanced significantly in these, and some of them are really good. My only problem is that you never know which ones are properly maintained and which ones are not. I know some that are amazing to go through in Canada and the US both. And they'll keep your car clean and they're soft and everything. I mean, I've gone through some of them where, they don't really maintain them or clean them. And I've seen them look filthy and, they may never know if they got little pieces of stone in them or debris or anything like that. And then that's all getting reapplied to your car. So, those you have no control over. It applies what it feels like. So obviously, what I am talking about here is those kind of self-operated coin wash ones. That's what this video is going to focus on here today. So the ones where you go in, you drop in a couple of bucks, you get some water, some soap, maybe even some wax, and some of them they have to spray on wax, and you apply it to your car. These I find to be the best because you kind of control how it sprays and how it goes. There is some downsides to it too. One of them being primarily that you're doing this in the cold, so you want to bundle up. That's kind of what we're going to be talking about. Now, before we get started on this, you want to make sure to warm up the car a little bit on the inside. Not talking about the engine. Of course, it's standard, like a couple minutes just to warm the engine up, the normal. But once the car has reached optimal temperatures, you want to put on the heat. Do not put on the front defroster or anything like that because that immediate heat hitting the glass will be fine for most cars, but if you have let's say a crack or a chip, it can cause it to spider web out. So you don't want to apply direct heat to a cold windshield right away. Either A, turn it on when it's cool and let the heat build up, or B, which I think is the best bet really, is just put on the regular heat in the car, from the main vents or the floor vents or something, and let the car warm up inside. You want to do that because it'll help when you're spraying the car down. It'll help kind of make if you have a lot of ice or snow on it, it'll help kind of break it up a little bit. Makes life a little bit easier. You don't have to do that, but it's my first recommendation right off the bat. Okay, so now we're at the car wash. Not here, but obviously you're going to see I'm going to kind of cut that in a bit. But as we're at the car wash, the first thing you do is you're going to take out your car mats and spray them down. I always do those first because I like to get the water on it, get it cleaned off as best as possible, and let the water kind of drain off. So when I'm ready to put it back in the car, it's dried as much as possible. Hopefully the weather's not too cold, it won't freeze up too much as well.
Obviously, that's something you can't do at a car wash either, right? You can't clean the inside mats. Another reason why I like going to the coin wash.
Next up, the first inclination most people have is to go and spray down the body of the car. I say don't hold off on that and go straight to the wheels. The reason for that is the wheels get the most acclimation of things like slush, snow, dirt, debris. And so if you wash off the whole car and then you spray the wheels, you can get some splashback and all that back onto the car you just washed off. So I say focus on the wheels first. And primarily what I normally do is focus on the wheel wells before spraying directly on the wheels. The reason for this is when you spray in the wheel wells, you're doing two things. One, you're going to break up any snow, slush, anything that's in there and break it down, let it fall off, get into the suspension, whatever you do, just quick sprays. And then also at the same time too, you do want to spray onto the brakes and stuff to clean off. There'll be a lot of accumulation of brake dust and stuff. But if you just park the car, the brakes will be hot. So by spraying in the wheel well, you'll get some little bit of overspray that'll go onto the brakes, but not without directly spraying, and kind of cool them down a little bit. So that way, when you're ready to spray onto the wheels and everything, they've already cooled, so you can spray directly on, and it's better. Because if you spray directly onto hot brakes and they haven't had a chance to cool, you can do some damage to them. Not a lot, and it doesn't always happen, but it is possible, and better to be safe than sorry, right?
So it's not too bad here. Some days obviously it'll be a lot worse if there's a lot more snow and slush. But you can see here. So just going to focus on the wheel wells. And then you go do this all four sides before you start hitting the rims. So you go each side, clear out the wheel wells, and then you'll move to the rims next.
So now that we've sprayed into the wheel well, now we just simply spray the wheels. So you spray down the tires, the rims, you spray directly into as much, not all the way, don't want to shove the nozzle into the brakes itself, but you want to spray in there as much as you can and clear out any brake dust, grime, also have contaminants and from the slush and all that, get all that out too.
And now we move on to the rims here, so we just spray right across. Hit up as much of the components you can, hit up in between, get your brake components, everything like that. You want to make sure you get as much as you can.
So next up, now you can go and kind of hit the car head on. So you get ready, you start spraying it down. Now most people will go straight to the brush. I've seen this happen. People just go grab the brush and start brushing right away. Maybe to save a few dollars or whatever. You don't want to do that because all the dirt and anything that's on there, all you're doing that's smearing it out on the car. You're going to scratch it. You're going to damage the finish. So if you're going to be doing this, you want to go into the spray. And I either use the rinsing spray or use a soap spray. Most of them will have either option at least. So I just go straight to the soap spray and just start spraying down. You want to break off as much as you can. Focus on visibility areas like the windshield, rear glass, headlights, taillights, things like that. But you want to get obviously the whole car because the point is maintaining as well. So you want to spray all that down first.
Of course, you want to start from the top and work your way down when you're actually spraying on the bottom.
Next up, we'll go ahead and get the soap brush now. And now when you go to soap brush, you can kind of hit everything head on with the soap brush itself. Scrub everything down as best as you can. Use short, precise motions. It's very easy to miss something, especially since the car is covered in so much grime. Now it's going to be covered in soap. And this is obviously not going to be a professional level wash. You're just trying to get as much grime off as you can. But you also, at the same time, you don't want the car is all clean and done. You don't want to see like streak spots or spots you missed. So short, quick motions right across, like you're moving, you'll see it. You want to focus like that.
Then you do the same for the other side. I'm only going to do one half of the car for now. You do the top of the other side of the car, and then you come and do the side. Save the bottom piece for last, because that's where all the dirt is. And if you're going to use the brush on your wheels, it's not a bad idea. Absolute last, because you don't want to spread any of the stuff you get off here on the brush onto your car.
From here, you can just switch over to rinse and spray down the car, rinse off everything you've sprayed, rinse off as best you can. Don't put the nozzle right into the door jambs, especially if it's cold or you live in a cold area. But you're doing this, you spray into the door jambs. The more water you get in there, the more likelihood of freezing. So you want to try and keep a good distance away, not too much of a distance, but a good enough. You'll see in the video when I switch over to the shot. And you want to clear off all the soap and everything on there. If it does have a wax option, some of them have a spray wax. It doesn't hurt to spray some on if you got a couple extra coins or if you got some time left on the clock. Spray some extra wax on there. It just helps kind of give it a little bit of a nice extra shine. Doesn't really do too much, completely superficial, but it helps.
And now you're going to rinse off the car itself. You want to try and clear out as much of the soap that's in the nozzle as possible before you start, because if you use the soap spray first, some soap will be built up in there. So you clear that first and then you spray out the car. Again, starting from the top and working your way down. Of course, I would go do the other side of the car first, but in the interest of video, I'm only going to do one side here. So you do the tire top first, and then you work to the sides normally.
And the last thing I do here is I just give a quick spray to the underbody. You can't get everywhere. It's not going to be perfect. You want to be cautious though where you're spraying. You want to watch out you're not going to spray on any lines, brake lines, fuel lines, anything that can be damaged by the pressure of the hose, especially if you have an older car. Let's say if you have an older car and the lines are starting to rust, you don't want to spray and damage them. It can do that depending on the age and the condition. So you know, just a nice little spray underneath. I normally go to the back of the car and then the front of the car and just kind of give a quick spray, 2-second spray, just to break up whatever is under there. Yeah, that's it. Now the last bit here, this is the last piece, and I'm not doing it only because of the weather. I know as soon as I drive my car, it's just going to get a little bit dirty again. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. But if the weather's not too bad, you could bring a drying cloth. Microfiber is the best. If you bring something like a chamois or something, they don't deal well with the cold. So, you know, a nice drying microfiber cloth or something, and you could dry off the car, give it some extra shine, get any last little bits of water and stuff to prevent freezing and everything. Anything you can do. You can even open the door jambs and just quickly dry up in there with the drying cloth. Be careful when you're drying, because if you've missed spots, and you see dirt or anything and you dry over that, you run the risk of taking whatever dirt you missed and kind of smearing it across the car. And again, it could be doing small amounts of damage. Nothing that's going to be really visible now, but little bits of damage to the clear coat over time. So you want to be careful of that. Other than that, though, that is the video. I hope this has been very helpful for you guys. Just, you know, maintaining the car, keeping your car in good condition so you can keep it for a long time, you know, help your investment, and also just kind of look good when you're driving around. I mean, why not? What's wrong with that, right? Having a clean car feels nice. You get in your car and take off and everyone's car is filthy and yours is nice and shiny. Nothing wrong with that, right? But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next video.